What's up, everybody? My name is the Cabbage Man Can, aka Iron Leaf Cabbages, and today we are going to be doing Rogue Trader. We're going to build a character and get a vessel. It's definitely going to be a firestorm. And we'll go from there. I also have a surprise for you later. Oh, give me that. Might be out of the guard, but gotta keep the Imperial Infantryman's Handbook containing the Departamento Munitorum's thing. You can just set that down over on that, and I'll grab it in a minute. Alright, so let's get started. Main story. Difficulty is at normal because, yeah. I am not going to be any of these people. I'm going to be my own person. Wait, do they just darken out his face? Custom character. Mysterious guy in this portrait? Yeah. Alright, I'm going to come back to appearance. Homeworld. Quiet down. Weapon, personalization, fresh start.
Hello?
Ah, awesome. Capture card issues.
Oh. Yeah, hold on.
I don't know that it's... I know, I read the text
Yeah,
on my watch.
He's taking care of it.
Is it working now?
Is it working now? Yeah, okay. Yep.
Alright, cool. Alright, anyway, so what I was saying is, if you go to custom character, it has this guy, which is... They just black out the face of that portrait, which...
There you go.
Check the connection, because it's frozen again. But it's been kicked 3-4 times. It looks like it's working. If it freezes again, freezes again. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about appearance yet. I'm going to pick a home world and then build the character till I get to like there, and once I know what I want to do, that's when I'm going to go with appearance. So, Forge World. Imperial World is pretty bog standard. I am not going to be Acadian. Plus 10 critical hit chance and plus 10% armor against Xenos or demonic creatures. Their allies gain half the bonuses of No Heresy. However, Imperial World characters lore Xenos and lore Warp are always 0.
Can I have one?
Doing my part.
What are those? What are you doing?
excluding Xenos. Current party gained +5 to the same characteristic. Just chosen for humanity's finest. Nope, that's not what I was trying to do. Reroll any failed attack, dodge. Additionally, any enemy dodge or parry against.
Mom, can I have a shower? Let me have let me be a body. Let me be a body.
So I did figure out.
Let me be a body. We need help to what? All I want is I want to have a family app.
The fellowship bonus. Nope. Alright, homeworld. I'm gonna choose that. And I know I need fellowship to be an officer, so. Suffer no damage from an ally's attacks until the end of the commander's turn. So I was thinking either Navy officer or commissar. Also, this is technically wrong. Fighting spirit of the Astra Militarum or the Navy. A naval officer found in dereliction of duty can be shot.
I did the Mr. Norm. Mr. Norm, please.
Hold on. Our allies in a 3-cell. Not be forcibly moved or over-penetrated. Also allows the use of explosives to blast containers. Blast containers open or break through closed doors. Suffer negative effects of melee superiority for the entire combat. All allies affected. Only half damage for all attacks or opportunities. Brace for impact. Knocks an enemy strong, pushes them one cell away with effect. Perfect timing. All allies affected by braced impact gain +30 to cover penetration. last one is this one. Nope, I don't want to be a noble yet. Intelligence, fellowship, coercion, persuasion. Oh, hold on. Alright, weapon skill, fellowship, coercion, and athletics. Alright, I think we're going Navy. Your ship became the first to take a now reclaimed route to a cluster of humanity's lost worlds. Yep, we're losing the logic there. And I'm an officer. I did, like, cards on the table. I did do a little bit of research ahead of time. I was originally just going to be a commissar. But a commissar officer, but I decided to look at some other stuff. Also, I don't know. The commissar's ability relies on me shooting my party members. I don't know. I don't want to do that. Max that. I need fellowship and willpower. Let's bring that up. Increase toughness some. Maybe. Yeah, I want to be able to shrug off stuff a little bit better. But I could also have 45 in agility, which is nice. Part of me wants to put it into weapons or ballistics, but I don't know what I'm running yet. So I'm gonna go with that for now. Be good at getting out of the way, and I don't know. I mean, I've read a lot of the 40K books from the Black Library, and I've read a fair amount about ships and the Navy and whatnot, and so, I mean, it's not too bad to be good about getting out of the way. It's not like Star Trek where your console's basically a claymore. Mine pointed directly at you. Yeah, we're gonna go with the Firestorm because, well, it's a refitted of the sword. Huh?
Get the Falchion.
Huh. The Falchion's, crap. I don't know.
I read the thing.
I know, but what it
They're all the
doesn't
same.
tell you is that the Falchion is an iconoclast destroyer in disguise, and the Firestorm is the giant space redneck thing where it's like, hey, let's take a larger let's take a giant
Mommy, I took that pretty thing.
I'm gonna double check that. Yeah, it's 2 S's, 1 C. Cool.
You check the depth?
How high it is? Yeah.
Alright, Kyle, what do you think? Him? Him? Not really him. If I'm gonna be a Navy officer, him or this guy? I kinda like him better.
Yeah.
Why your boy not wearing any shirt whatsoever? I guess it's the Augmetics. Yeah, I'm gonna just go with that. I'm in the Navy. I gotta be like pasty white because we don't go outside. We don't touch grass. Especially if I'm just getting out of the Navy. Yeah.
You don't go outside and touch grass?
What do you think the guard is for? Guard touches grass. There's a handful of Navy men who do it, but I mean, hold on.
Man, that is so
Mom,
very
I did 30 more
fancy
things. Mom, I picked up 30 more things.
shoulder things and
Mama,
braided things and
I did, I picked up
Beautiful.
30 more things.
What do you think?
Yeah.
And that one. Bro, I do not care that much about my eyebrows. Like, I get that the shape they're in really changes the look. Bro got straight up Klingon. Honor upon you and your ship.
Before Riley could even sweep, you were like, no, I picked up
You
my
can do a Klingon based start.
Dude, I would make so many people angry.
We got the flag.
These colors don't run! Mustache or no mustache? Huh? Wait. Like Fu Manchu slash like
No, if you want
biker.
Fu Manchu,
No,
go down
that's
to-
the Fu Manchu right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I want one scar, not like 2 dozen. Alright, if we're being sailor, we're gonna be sailor. Alright.
water can stop being on. Put it back where you found it.
Augmentation.
Get up. Don't leave that on the floor. That's gross.
I'm gonna have one, but it's gonna be hidden under my scalp, or under my hair. Most naval officers would have something like that.
I'll bring glory to my bloodline.
Go watch the pro.
Just barely
I
a
checked
little.
it.
I'll see you terminated. Heresy grows from idleness.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
We have purified the battlefield of the enemy's taint.
Boom, done. Alright. $55. My logic's at 25.
Mom, I did 31. Mom, I have a lollipop.
'Alright, let's get a name. Need a name. Oh, hey Coyote.
Yeah.
Can I get you to, make me some, my brain requires caffeine for function.
Where's your thing?
I think it's in my room. Also, are we going to be leaving out of Port Wander or no?
Have them put some of it back in bins too.
Alright, after my homie. So, here's a question. Don't tell me a lot, but do I just need a first name?
Yeah.
So that'll work. Garviel, and then my dynasty name is my dynasty name.
Yeah, pretty much.
Solid. Just kidding. We're gonna go with Uriel. Because Ventress is best captain. Heck, Cato Sicarius. Come on, I know 40k well enough. Port Wander, be in Port Wander. Or maybe going into the Coronis Expanse. So wait, am I the one who earned the, here's an interesting one. Guys, am I the one who earned the writ of trade, or is it an already, well no, it's a dynasty. So, why'd I serve in the Navy? I would have grown up in my dynasty. They would not have... Alright, hold on guys. You're up. That ship is beautiful. My house will look like one day.
Daddy.
Shh.
An excellent place for contemplation.
What iron?
One has the best view of the cathedral from here.
Clean her up.
Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
I decided I have an award here. Purity seals. Oh, hey, where'd the pillow go? That I put under my butt because my kids jumped on this couch enough. Is it over there, Cody?
What?
The pillow?
This?
No, the bigger one.
Oh no, because it needs to be washed.
Alright. Full manifestation. Learn more about to influence the character you are speaking to or even alter the course of the game's narrative. I like choices you make. I mean, I chose a while ago to be what some would refer to as an emperor botherer. Truly an awe-inspiring sight.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with the chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
My name is Uriel.
My regards, Master. Or should I say, von Valencias, scion of a blessed rogue trader house in the service of the Imperium. Perhaps this kinship came as a shock to you. Understandably so, given that all evidence of the connection was lost in the generations separating you and Lord Captain Theodora. It required no small effort on the part of Her Ladyship's servants to discover and verify this blood tie, which has now made you one of the heirs of this dynasty.
Because it's dead. I used them to put it turned off. It wouldn't turn back on. But you see me start. That's how it gets back on.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Ethelthrad von Valencias are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Oh, I'm supposed to follow you.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Anybody say anything? Ooh, ah.
Know your duty.
Not yet, but I just put it on, so there's that.
There's no shock value if nobody says anything.
I heard the Seneschal gave the senior officers another public dressing down recently. We don't want it. We don't know what it was for this time, but Sarian would latch onto any slip up as an excuse to give somebody an earful.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours. The Divine watches over us.
During the operation.
With each step,
Onward.
I forge my destiny among the stars.
There you are. I had to right. I was waiting for you. I thought there forever because you were taking so.
Why
Let
are
the
you...
faith guide my path to glory.
Just because it's a... It's just the Lex Imperialis. Why is that on there?
Know your duty.
Oh, I lost my friend here.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Let us go.
One of the Von Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
That's not good.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk! Our foes shall be crushed beneath our unyielding might.
Okay. Shoot that fool. Please tell me I have guns. Cool. Game or turn-based to take place on the grid on their turn. Character can move, attack, and use their abilities. Movement points determine how far a character can move on their turn. One movement point corresponds to one cell on the battlefield. Moving diagonally is more costly. Every second diagonal cell uses 2 movement points. Alright, so that cheese is gone. Well, realistically, what options do I have? I have a stubber. Okay. Alright, so that's 1 AP. How much AP do I have? I have 4.
I cannot comply. I will not be deterred. The Emperor commands.
I don't know what that's doing.
I can't allow myself to do this.
I guess that would be just outside 3 cells. And so would that. How do I end turn? How do you move to the next turn? Just hold right? Stick.
Why?
Huh?
Why? I don't know.
actions will speak louder than words.
Can you move that light a little bit? Because I can't fully see the screen.
Mommy said I can go further away in the outside trash can. There's a bunch of trash in here.
Now this one here.
I can go there. There's one. Fun.
Oh, okay. Thought I'd hit that before, but okay. Hey.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens.
Dad, look, I got a lollipop.
Rejoice in service.
I should have used brace for impact next turn.
I will not be deterred. The Emperor commands. This is beyond me.
My dog tooth is back. My bottom tooth is back, Dad. Daddy, my top tooth, my bottom tooth is back.
Death to the heretics.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
put a song, not in my fish stick mix.
Alright, that's your last dose, you're done.
Oh yeah. Yay!
You can put some water in there, try and get the rest out if you want. But
Dad, you remember this
I
song?
do, yeah, but you can't sing it right now.
I like playing this part of it. There's only one place to go.
Sticks.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
I'll get lost, don't worry.
The Divine watches over us. With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars. We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours. Let the faith guide my path to glory.
No, that was solid.
Know your duty. We are bound by the blood of martyrs. With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars. Let us walk this path to the end. We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours. The Divine watches over us.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Seneschal and Life
Our
Lord.
second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
Nos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence. Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officers' deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
It kind of gets really annoying when you say it over and over, right, Dad?
I suppose.
So,
She keeps
why
saying-
are you here?
Very specific. 906. Very specific.
You have ceded the opening that was offered to you in a woeful display of meekness. Admittedly, this tendency is equally strong in all who toil in the Emperor's service. Immutable hierarchy, absolute obedience, lick-spittlery, compulsion to please. I value none of these things. From the moment my envoys came for you, the terms of your existence changed. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. Oh, yes. You would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Thank you for clarifying.
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
No, not. No. Yes, yes, yes. Loud. What is it about?
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aid. The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not
What
the
kind of gun
time.
do you have?
Stub gun.
Time to go to bed. Run! Run! Chase him! You better run! Chase
In that case, I shall head to...
him. You wanna be
Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
May the blessings of the divine grant us the courage and
Yes, you
strength.
are.
Surrender to the dark powers!
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
I took care of this one. Die!
Death to non-believers!
My ears are ringing.
Out of my way!
I cannot comply. I can't allow myself to do this. Rejoice! Another step towards our ultimate victory!
Chaos guides me! Crush the feeble!
I've suffered worse.
Stay vigilant. For the glory of the Imperium! And so shall it be done. Rejoice in service. Your corrupt way has failed you.
Mommy, there is a bed! Because bed is yummy!
That is yummy.
Yes. I'm just
But yeah, a stub pistol is basically like a modern gun. It's just a bullet firing gun, a stub of a...
Cabbages, look at my hair.
You see?
I'm keeping it very nice, huh?
Yep.
I want to make sure my hair is nice and smooth for bed. I can clean.
Oh, that's where the other one is. Hopefully, the other dude will...
Death to the weak!
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Okay, let me catch that plasma crystal.
One fewer target.
Weapon at the ready. Death to the heretics!
Death to the heretics. How did we get boarded?
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
What is happening?
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space, though such episodes seldom spill onto other decks.
Oh, the blasters are not working, or have been sabotaged.
Then it will be nice and
Either the
clean
warp is
tomorrow.
toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the engine seer Prime before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine it will be some time before we no longer need them.
The engine seer Prime is probably busy, ma'am. If you're as rich as you say you are, he's probably molesting your toaster.
Possibly. Quite likely. We will investigate at a later time. Right now, we need to isolate the affected compartments and try to assess the situation.
What are your
Mort
orders?
has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Let the faith guide my path to glory. We are bound by the blood of martyrs. Let us walk this path to the end. Know your duty. With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars. The Divine watches over us.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Coonrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrad back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
Oh. So, I would have been better on a Navy
Then
ship
it's
than
settled.
here.
Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? Then move out! Mort, come.
I'm gonna be a better rogue trader than her. Also, I'm gonna bury her by filling her, or by putting her in a cardboard box and jettisoning her out the airlock.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs. But that is no longer relevant.
Hey, you get?
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warrant Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Ah, you are back with us, I see. Delightful. How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warring Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. the sacred warrant of trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel. On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Let's give it a try.
Wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
Oh, which one of the 4 terrible choices could you have chosen?
Once my work is done,
I'm
I'll
gonna
make
say
that
Zeke.
pompous wench, Fon Valencius, watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
Ah, good. Cool. A knife flicked into me.
Actually, listen, I've been using this for a while. So
Around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon, your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or protruding piece of rebar in sight.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after White Fur wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Examine the Sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin-covered ring is stitched together with copper thread and has metal hinges that in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. Put my hand in.
Okay.
Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming. As the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion, the vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The Sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Ah, yes. You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel, the cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Good. Uh-oh. The tarantulas have come. Oh, wow. Yay.
Well, there is still another way. Let the faith guide my path to glory. We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours. We are bound by the blood of martyrs. Blessed is Von Valencia's bloodline. Know your duty.
Let it be known that by will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer. Blah blah. Walk bravely into the darkness to unite and reclaim what was lost. To triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns.
Escort the child of the house to safety. Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator's sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by. Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber,
Preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
The Divine watches over us.
Master! Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this? What? Oh, holy God, Emperor! I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Unquestionably.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Hey, I get a stub revolver, sword, armored body glove, medikit. All right.
that the faith guides my path to glory. No,
What advice do you seek? I'm at your service. Look no further.
let us walk this path to the end.
Let me help.
With you at my side, victory is within our grasp.
What advice do you seek?
My faith is my shield. For the Emperor!
Alright, I have a pretty equal weapon skill.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the wall and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing? Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?